it's going to be a hard fight for this shoe to, come up against the Nike Invincible. Well, hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Alex and I'm an endurance athlete and coach based here in Brussels, Belgium. This is my YouTube channel where we're discussing shoes, bikes, training, tips, nutrition, and basically all things endurance. If you're new here, which is quite likely because this is my second video, don't hesitate to subscribe, leave a comment, like the video if you've enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. Today we have something very exciting because I just received a new pair of shoes to review. It's an orange box, it's from Nike, and well, you have it already here, but let's open the box together. It's the Nike Infinity React 2. It's quite a brand new release from Nike. Sorry for the box sound on the floor. It's a new release from Nike, just got released a few weeks ago. Basically, this is Nike's first sort of easy days shoe for this 2021 year, because we're waiting for the Nike Invincible, which is supposed to be released mid-February. So this shoe is the second iteration of the Nike Infinity React. The first one got released last year. I actually had a chance to run with it. It was a Nike event in Paris, early March, I believe, or end of February, where I tested the first iteration of this shoe. I did not quite enjoy it. I thought it was maybe not responsive enough, maybe too much cushion, but without that nice pop feeling. And yeah, I don't know, it just didn't work well for me. I did not purchase it, so I don't have it here for a comparison, for a side-by-side comparison. But maybe Nike improved this model for 2021, at least I hope so. I'm gonna go out and test it for an easy run. By the way, this shoe is quite heavy. It comes at 330 grams in my size, which is US size 11, EU 45. It's one of my heaviest shoe, I believe. Maybe the Saucony Endorphin Shift is a bit heavier, but anything basically that's above 300 grams is heavy for me, even for an easy day shoe. I don't really mind the weight for easy days, but 330, it's really very high on that weight scale. I like the midsole gray design with those splashed dots on it. I'm less a fan of the upper color, but I mean the design does not say anything about how a shoe will behave outside. It's beautiful here in Brussels, not that cold. I'm gonna go out and run 30 to 40 minutes, easy pace, around that 5 minutes per kilometer pace. And I'll let you know, guys, what were my first impressions of this shoe, the Nike Infinity React 2. All right, I'll catch you in a bit after my run. And we are back in the home gym, in the pain cave, after this easy run with the Nike Infinity React 2 that I have here in my hands. So I ran 35 minutes with this shoe, around 5 minutes and 10 seconds average per kilometer. That doesn't mean a lot. I mean, the places where I'm running here around my house are quite hilly, so you know the average pace doesn't mean much. I'm pacing myself obviously with power, so for my easy runs I aim at around 78 to 80% of my CP, my critical power, which is a threshold, but we'll get to that in another video for sure. What were my first impressions of the Nike Infinity React 2? Well, lots of drawbacks, lots of negative points. In fact, I didn't quite enjoy the shoe as much as I thought I may, and I think this the second version basically isn't that different from the first one, at least from my perspective. Let me go a bit into details. So as far as the outsole, there's plenty of rubber here on the outsole, so well, you have the traction that you need. That's not an issue. The places where I'm running are basically quite muddy, and I had all the traction I needed for that. No issue here. Well, obviously having lots of rubber also adds to the weight, which, like I mentioned this morning, is quite high. This shoe is around 330 grams in my size, US 11, EU 45, which is a lot, and I think the rubber doesn't help. Now, for the midsole, it's the React midsole from Nike. Mixed feelings. I mean, you feel the cushion, that's all right, but it's not that great either, if you see what I mean. You feel cushioned, but it's not like the legs are really being taken care of. And well, the big drawback of the midsole is that I don't think it's responsive enough. If you want to just take the pace a little bit up, it's just impossible with this shoe. You're very quickly facing what I call the limits of this React midsole, and that is basically that you just cannot pick up the pace. And for me, that's quite a big drawback. I mean, I would use this shoe for easy days and easy days only, but I can imagine people buying this shoe and thinking, well, I can maybe do easy runs, endurance runs, long runs maybe even, and maybe, who knows, maybe people want to just get it and have it for everything, every session, tempo, intervals. Well, I think that doesn't work with this shoe. The weight probably doesn't play in its favor when it comes to picking out the pace. But even with lower weight, I don't foresee this shoe being able to pick up the pace and sustain harder efforts, basically. Now, one of the main drawbacks for me is this hard plastic collar around the heel. I would say that you feel it when running, and it's a drawback for me. I mean, I know it plays a lot for the stability of the shoe, and I know that's what Nike designed it for in the first place. But yeah, I mean, the hard plastic collar just doesn't work for me. Sorry, Nike, that's how it is. Not much to say about the heel counter. It's okay. I don't have any specific issues myself with the heel, so I'm almost fine with any heel counter. I've heard of people that have some issues with the Achilles, and the heel counter works fine for them. So that's something you may want to take into account if you're thinking about purchasing this shoe. And the upper, well, the upper is okay. I mean, I'd say it's quite thin. It's this sort of Flyknit upper that reminds me a little bit of the older days Nike Flyknit uppers. It has a tongue, which wasn't the case on the first version of the React Infinity. And yeah, overall that's it for me. I mean, as you can tell, I'm not a big fan of the shoe. I'm gonna keep it because I want to compare it to the Nike Invincible when it comes out. But I can sort of already tell that it's gonna be a hard fight for this shoe to, you know, come up against the Nike Invincible. Now, would I recommend this shoe? I would say yes, for certain people. People who are looking for a very wide platform, because it's wide. They have plenty of width with the Nike Infinity 2, but then, okay, let's think. Maybe you can get the Nike Infinity 1 at a discounted rate now. And you also have that same outsole, same midsole, and same width, same stability, and same very wide platform. So that's something you may want to consider. How would I recommend to use this shoe? I'd say easy days, and easy days only, recovery runs, easy jogs, and that kind of stuff. Nothing above your endurance pace. I'm gonna run a bit more in this shoe and yeah, you know, sort of make myself a better opinion about it before the Nike Invincible drops. And then once the Invincible is out, obviously I'm gonna compare this one to the Invincible and see if Nike basically cannibalized their sales of the Nike Infinity React 2 with the new Nike Invincible. All right, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel, like this video if it was helpful for you, and let me know down in the comments if you already own this shoe, what are your thoughts, how you like it compared to the first version of it. And yeah, I'll see you very soon in the next one. In the meantime, take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.